Hello, welcome back to Adobe Live and Animation 301. Yay! Hi Wade, hi Penny, hi Devlin, hi Alejandro, Jack, Oliver, Brim, AAR. I hope you're all doing wonderful today. As news, this is the last episode of Animation 301. So unlike before, where we always have a what screen where we learn something new, we're gonna take all of the information we've learned from beforehand and we're going to make something new with the techniques we've already learned. There's no what screen this time, just cool wonderfulness. Hi Christy! Robert, Proxy? So yes, as always, even though there's no what screen, we do have a class project. So today, we've got 3 new pieces of minigame homeworks. We've got the can, tapper, it's a bird, and mechanic. So this is your call to action to download those minigame files and get ready for some faux 3D. Superloon, hey. Has everyone taken a day off yesterday? Wait, hold on, yesterday is Sunday. I hope that you took a day off. Oliver said, I was doing wonderful till you told us it's the last episode. No, don't worry. Maybe we can arts really nicely. Maybe we'll have a 4th season. Who knows? All right, I believe this is enough time for us to download the files that we need to. But it's always wonderful seeing your, I'm gonna say seeing your faces. Seeing your names! That's the faces of the internet world, right? Oh, well, you know what? We're here for a season or a reason, all of these things, but I hope throughout Animation 101, 201, and 301 that everyone's been learning something new, something cool, something fun. And speaking of fun, let's take a look at our first minigame of the day. Da-da-da-da! Can Tapper! So, for those that recognize where the Tapper title comes from, that's an Easter egg for you. We are going to be being the magicians that we are and making something that's absolutely 2D look 3D because we are the magicians of the computer world, aren't we? It's all a trick of the eye. The eye will kind of believe anything you show it. But right now we're going to go through some of the ways that you can go about fooling it to make something look faux 3D without having to put too much work into it. Oliver! Oh, Penny! Please don't let this be the last episode. Well, the last episode of 301. There's a 401. Who knows? It just means it's going to get harder, which is good, right? We're learning more stuff, getting more expert levels. Not who do we need to write to, Oliver. Right, so once you've opened your file, if you're not on the first episode or the first minigame, take a look at the bottom. You see you've got stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. You want to be on stage 1. You'll notice that there's a few files hidden. I do like to keep things a little bit nice and neat. If you do want to take a look behind the scenes, don't forget you can click on this little blue icon, the shy icon to see everything that's underneath there. But it's normally hidden because you don't quite need it. So if we take a look at the file that we've got at the moment, here we are. We'll notice that we've got something that says move me, which if we do move it, we'll notice it's pretty much got a looping repetitive pattern on it. So I think you might already know where this is going, actually. This is the texture that's going to move along the can that will make it look like it's moving. No, it's not really. Make it look like it's going around and around. Welcome, Alex. Oh, Alessandra. We've got our can body mask. This is actually to help the icon, the image that we've got, to stay onto something. We could absolutely, this is actually a really good tip for those that have made something which already has an outline on it. We could mask this on the outline thing because it's all one item, but that means that the image is going to appear on the black line too, and you might not want that. So I've got a mask of only the inside part of the can to make sure that the image that's going to be on top will only be on that and not the outline around it. That's another little helpful bit before we get going. Got our move me, our mask, which we can't really see, the main body, and we're actually going to get a little bit technical now. We've got 3 nulls that I've called tip left, tip right, and the main. By doing this, we actually have a little bit more control. So if I move my main axis, you'll notice it moves my whole can around. But because of how I parented it, if I move my tip right, I'm able to animate each different part without having to go in and worry about, I've already got my anchor in one corner, but now I need to move it to another corner. Don't need to worry about it at all, because both sides can animate the other end. It's very, 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 very awesome. So I suggest you do a little bit of a breakdown and see how we've gone about this. We can go into it in more detail if anybody wants, though. I'm always happy to talk about that kind of stuff. Kind of from my 3D days, actually. All right, so first things first, we want the can to slide in. Which direction should we have this can slide in from? Should it be from the left or from the right? The choice is up to you. Always love having chat interaction. Where should we come in from? I'm going to animate it a little bit and then change it depending on what you lot say. So I'm going to go to my main axis, and if you lot tell me the other way, I'm just going to invert it. Let's put our keyframe down. We know it needs to end up back here. I'm going to hide the move me because that part's not really important yet. And let's say I slide it this way. From the left, I got you. Let me pull it this way. And let's take a look. Oh, that's really slow. Let's try again, shall we? Okay, right. Let's add a little easy ease on it. Ooh, already. I dig it. Oh, not left with the left. Okay, we got the can coming in from the left. Now, because it's coming in from the left, my move me looks like it was set to come in this way. So I'm just going to move it that side and do it in reverse. Now, we'll talk about physics for a little bit here. If the can's sliding in, I kind of want it to be dramatic. So we're going to have it be on its tip so it can wobble to the side and react to the fact that it's been thrown. Is this a good speed? I do like it. Let's trim this as well, actually. Grab our composition, add the number in it. Great. And since we're sliding from the left, we want it to tip already to the left. We know this is our stable. Let's say we'd already be up. Is that right? Yeah. Well, we'll take a look and I'll find out in a second. We slide in. Oh, yes, that's it. Okay, we slide. That's great, but it's a little flat. It always looks good when there's an overshoot and then it returns back to normal. Bringing in terms from Animation 201 now. We can chuck an easy ease on that. My brain already thinks it's 3D. Really? You know what? One thing that I have done slightly that really helps, if we zoom in a little bit, it's the shading, I think. So it is actually separated. If you did want to move it, you can, but that's something we're going to do in the last stage. But by adding a shadow on one side and a light layer on the other side, she says, looking for it, can't quite find it, so she's totally going to leave it alone. It actually does help kind of give a faux effect already. But you can see already that you don't really need to do that much to make something look faux 3D. Very true. Yep. The little stripes do everything. So we've got it coming down, but it shouldn't. There are cases where if you do try this, it will land straight, but it's not interesting. So we want to make it interesting by tipping it the other way. So let's tip it to the right. Out of curiosity, does everyone have a favorite? Hello? Does everyone have a favorite soft drink? I know we were talking about Mountain Dew last time. And let's say it comes down about here and I want it to tip up. the other way here. Give it a little bit of a grace period. Ooh, okay. Okay. Chuck an ease on that. Move it over just a tad. Just a tad. And then have it go back the other way just a little bit. You know, like when you push something, or like when you have a coin and it falls, but it kind of does the before it lands flat. Let's make it go the other way. Make it slightly less. So where the graph editor comes in, we can kind of go in and do a little bit of movement, but we do need the other side to go down before it tips the other way as well. Boom, boom, duh. Kind of stops a bit there. Looks like it's going to be a really short wobble. See if we can get that right. Boom. Maybe just a tiny bit. Tiny bit before it settles. And who is this? Who's up? It's you. Okay. Ah, okay. Need to make sure that it's actually back down to 0. Otherwise it won't lay flat. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe we can stretch these over just a little bit, just so we've got a little bit more area for it to wobble. Vimto! I haven't heard that in ages. Is that still around? Oh, that was lovely. Should we move this a bit more? It's kind of slow. We need to move it over a little bit more. Yes. I think this whole bit is too long. Do they still make drinks, Oliver? They still make drinks. Could be a little bit too much action and a little bit too slow. Ah, we got it. We got it. Okay, this is it. We got the... That's the sound effect for the can, by the way. We don't want to have a harsh noise. It's... Okay, we've got our can sliding. It is? I'm pleasantly surprised. Thank you for bringing back an oldie but a goodie. Okay, so we've got our can coming in. Great. Where's the 3D part? Well, we had to do the main part first. Now we've done that, we can do the fun bit. The Move Me. Now, the can mask and the Move Me. Let's say if we put this when the can's actually lying flat. The Move Me isn't connected to the can's mask. So first of all, let's parent those together. So regardless of where it goes, it's going to stay together. Perfect. I also want it to be constrained to it. So I'm going to use the track mat, use the pick whip, and whip it on the can body mask. So now it's in it and it's behind the shadow and the light layer. Yes, Uma, thank you. Should that be in the subtitles as well? I was wondering how to spell that. Yes. So now it looks like it's in it. Yay. Now if it's sliding that way, we want to just move it to the right. It's like if we had like a screen and we're just like kind of just sliding it like that. That's all we're gonna do. And our eyes are kind of gonna do the rest for us. So let's say we grab our position. This is where it starts. Drag it over to the other side. We're probably going to have to edit how fast it moves, but we'll get there. Does it stop around here maybe? Could chuck an ease on it? We'll find out what it looks like first. Oh, it's a bit fast. Bit fast. Doesn't have to go all the way. Maybe let's put it here. Ah! Oh my gosh, already! Mossy said, this is awesome. I'm so intimidated by After Effects. No, don't be. Mossy, if you check the description box, our very first Animation 101 series was all about After Effects from the beginning up. After Effects and animation with fun mini games as always, where we go through how to move in it, how to slowly in the stepping stones to progress to more interesting and trickier concepts that all use the foundational skills. Already, we've done it already. Let's see what happens if we chuck that easy ease on it. And for those that are new to After Effects, I'm I'm clicking F9, but you can right click, go to keyframe assistant and just click that easy ease as well. Eventually, once you've used After Effects for a little bit of a while, you'll end up using shortcuts because you kind of want to move on a little bit. You're like, yes, I've known this button. I've done it before, but I want to do more. This will be the key. That's when you know you're ready for the shortcuts. Thank you so much, Wade. The closed captioning is provided by Uma. Do we need that voiceover, like the cinema voice? Penny said, I learned everything I know about After Effects from Animation 101. It is possible. Penny, the way that you've flown in, you're like, oh, I've not used After Effects before, or I've not done animation or frame by frame. The way, like grade A student, honestly. But yeah, okay, that was pretty easy. We have done a faux 3D can by using a matte, using a repeated image being dragged along, and learning how to slightly rig in After Effects. So rigging in After Effects means that you can have a little bit more functionality over the item that you are animating, hence why we didn't need to worry about moving the anchor to rotate the can. We could rotate it from any angle. You could do loads of these. It just depends on how you parent it. Okay, cool. I think we're ready for part 2. Oh, we're gonna actually get all of them in by now. Number 2. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a pen. How do we fix it, Penny? You know what? I saw the Hotline Miami caps, you know. If I was able to make merch, I'd be like, one of them would be just, how do we fix it, Penny? It's like an open, happy, how? Okie dokie. So we're on to stage 2 now. More faux 3D. We've learned how to do the can, but we can do it with other things. You can do it on a more complicated thing as well if you're doing your own project. But for our mini game, as always, we've got some hidden things in the background that I don't think you need to touch, but if we do, we'll do it together. If we press play, there's no animation. Now you lot are all used to the animation thing. I've got to make you animate it for yourselves, isn't it? We're actually going to make this one happen by animating the pen tool, giving you little sprinkles of new things all the time. I'm back to 0 when it comes to AE knowledge. Uma, look, okay, first of all, when you are learning anything, After Effects or anything that it is, 1, be kind to yourself. 2, remember the skills that you pick up, if you're not using them all the time, they are going to go. And that's okay. That's normal. It will only, as in your mind, it will only retain the thing that you are using constantly. So don't worry too much. Say maybe if this bit isn't for you yet, come back when it is, because then it will stay. Then it will stay. Absolutely. So be kind, remind. Oh yes, Wade. Look at you using your quotations for good this time. Okay, so we've got our pen. Nothing's happening on it. We've got the pen hook, which seems to be, which seems to be this that I guess we won't touch. This was made in the pen tool for the sake of our movement, making it easy for us. Question for the chat, which direction should this pen move in? I think I'm gonna have it roll on the screen as well, but I want it to, you know, like when people are lying on the floor and they just roll? Or like if you push something and it's just endlessly rolling. Instead of it jumping up, we're gonna have it roll. Which side should the pen roll from? Using for good this time. Look, I've seen you before. Is it you and RB or you and Robert? I've seen you. I've seen you. We've got the pen head, which we can, if we want to. Have I linked anything to it? We can actually take the pen head off if we want. I don't know, maybe the pen flies up and you want the pen head to jump up and spin and then land back on the pen. That actually sounds pretty cool. Should we do that? Should we do that? Should we do that? Maybe we should. You know what happens when you weren't planning to do something, but you're like, could work. It could be good. I don't know. And yet you still know how to use it better than me. Oh, Oliver. Okay, so we've got the pen head. We've got the pen shadow. Which shadow is it? It's for the bottom half of the pen. Now you can totally animate this like we did for the can to show some movement, but normally the light and the shadow stays on the same side unless you're doing like something really... Brem, no! Brem said do it. Do a backflip. Oh, wait. Wait, so hold on. Are we gonna have the pen? You have the pen do a backflip. Wait. Okay, so the pen can backflip into the screen, jump up, the pen will go, spin, and land back down. Yo, okay. This is what we're gonna do. Most of this is already connected. DRV stands for driver. So that's the main driver, and this is the main rotate. Okay, so is this where I need to put this? I think because of what we're going to do, I could probably move the rotate now. So I'm gonna put that there, make it easy for me to spin it. Wait, just the cap pop off and backflip off the screen. Okay, not yes. Wow. Okay, wait, I'm not sure how to feel about that, but carry on. Oh no, wait. But you're the creative mind. Okay. Huh? Wait, okay, I'm thinking now. Sam. Hello, Sam. Birthday boy. Happy birthday. Okay, so we're making it come in. Let's do the simple stuff first. So this is where it needs to land. This is where it's gonna start. When we get to the part that actually makes it faux 3D, I'll let you know. But for now, we've just got to do the basic stuff first. So basic stuff, let's go. Look at it coming in, all slow like. All right, so we want to do this. We want to go up. I'm actually just gonna push this up here. Whee! Okay, and then move it closer together. We can move it closer together by holding Alt. That will keep the distance, but the only thing is, if you do that, it does mean that it's not going to be on a perfect frame. It'll be really hard to match. So it's best to do that when you're like certain. I'm everywhere, Sam. Sam, I wasn't ready for that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I've got my pen tool. Little tip. When you're moving things around in After Effects and you've got, I don't know, like this triangle thing happening here, you can actually round it out with the pen tool. So either click the pen tool or go to the Convert Vertex tool, and you can click and drag to make it smoother. So now when I click play, it's gonna look like it's all rounded and woo! It's great. Oh, okay, that's good. Technically, I haven't missed it then. Let's stick an easy ease on it, move everything closer together. I am gonna hold Alt this time. Oh boy. Let us take a look at the dimensions. Oh, I see. That's a bit wild, isn't it? Let's see if we can fix this. And fix this one as well. If you have really wonky looking lines in your graph editor, it means that you're not going to get a natural looking animation. So try to make it smooth. Pull this out a little bit. This does mean it's going to take a little bit longer in the air. That's not bad. Move them both together again. Sometimes splitting, if you, oops, let's not re-smooth it because that changes everything yet again. Okay. Boop. Okay. It's always good to be happy halfway through. Even if I like do a tiny little bit, I'm always like, it's worked. Right, so we've got it jumping in. Like, whoa. We want it to bounce down. Wait, it could be like, okay, hold on. So it jumps in, yeah? When in doubt, smooth it out. Look at all of these puns. Where are you looking this from? So I want it to be here. And then I want it to bounce. So it's probably the main driver again. Let's use the scale. Let's open it up. And, oh, she lost it. Let me pull it down. Make it squish a bit. We don't need to squish too much, do we? No. Oh my gosh. Okay, this isn't even what I was planning to do with this one, but we're here. Let's smooth it out, boom, and then say that it jumps up. So we can jump and then we stretch. I think we've got enough room at the top to stretch it up a little bit. So let's grab our Y, take it up. Just a little bit because we need the cap to jump and then land back down again. Good. Now I want a little bit of a hold between it going up. So we're going to hop back into our graph editor yet again. And Penny, what line do we need to make it slow and what line is fast? How do we make it fast? How do we make it slow? It's always Penny. So we got that, good. I'm actually going to tilt the graph in the opposite direction. If you go beyond the 0 point or wherever the flat line is, it actually moves in the opposite direction, which can be useful. Also, bear in mind, because that the graph is now smooth looking, we're going to get more natural, less harsh, like stop, start kind of animation things. Great, we got it. Boom, boom. I don't want it to go up yet, so I'm probably going to drag it out more. Yes! Let's pull this over. Long line slow, short line fast. That's the one! My birthday was last Monday. I'm on board. Yay! Happy birthday to you too, Alex. Look at all of the birthday babies. Yes. Oh, let's go, Sam. Well, then, hopefully you can take a look at the Animation 201 set and do join in with some of the mini games we did then. That would be awesome to see all the stuff. And then I kind of want it to spring right up from here. I'd love to see your animations. I had a birthday earlier this year. I mean, happy birthday to you too, Wade. Happy birthday to everybody that's had a birthday up until this point, because we haven't gotten past this day yet. But happy birthday to everyone throughout the year. Yay! We've included everybody now. Oh, that's slow, isn't it? We want that to happen a little bit faster. Let me move it closer together. Ah, okay, yeah. Let's move it further over. We're close. Boom, ba. This is it. This is it. Wow. Okay, so the pen goes up. We want the scale to go up too. We're covered. Yeah. Hello, the star signs are out. Scorpios. Wait, Sam, you're a Scorpio now? And then put this back to 100. Cool, that's too slow. Yes, but it's too slow. Oh, okay. Yes. I don't want them to happen at the same time. You might notice that in some really cool looking animations, things happen at different times. They kind of offset them just a little bit, which kind of, one, allows the human eye to notice them and also makes it look a little bit more interesting. But working out which direction you want it to go in can be the fun, let me work out what to do here kind of point. Okay, so we got this. Great. The pen needs to come off now. So let's grab the pen. Pen goes up, probably around here, comes back down here. Pen goes up. Woohoo! I don't know. There's nothing underneath it. Ignore that part. We could totally fill it in with the pen tool, but we might not. We could. We might later. I don't know. Maybe. So it's up. Let's ease it. Scorpios from October 23rd to November 21st. Oh, okay. All right, star signs. Let's go. Yes, but too slow. Whoa. Yes, but too fast somewhere. Are we like Goldilocks? This is a Goldilocks situation. Oh! Rumba! Okay. 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 Oh, I like it. All right. We're happy. So when the pen top jumps up, we want it to look like it's spinning. Technically, we could have it spin on the way into, but we'll make this little bit spin. Thanks, Prem. Oh, I'm so glad you lot talked me into doing this. Okay, so pen head spin. What we can do it on a point when the pen isn't moving. That way it's less distracting and we can just move the keyframes in place afterwards. But it's down to you. Let's go to the pen hook. We'll open up our layer, go to contents, go to the shape. Now the path. The path is the lines that you've used to create the shape. That's exactly what we're going to animate. So let's click on one here. And we will come back to this shape eventually, but kind of in reverse. So I'm gonna keyframe that there. We want the pen to rotate from the front. So let me grab, we could do this in two ways actually. This is right. We still need to do the path, but we might be able to make a tiny bit of this simpler by using the position as well. So let me grab the position, even though the anchor is like way down low. There we go. I'm gonna press U on my keyboard so I can see everything. Move the timeline a little bit, put it in the center. And now that it's in the center, let's go back to our path and let's make the pen look like it's in the center. I'm gonna grab my pen tool, shift click, and move some of these bits around so it kind of looks like it's in the center now. So now already kind of looks like it's going around and around. I think you can see where I'm going with this. And now move it maybe yay ways around. Let's keep moving it over. And sort of, kind of recreate the shape that we had with the path on the other end. Right? So cool! The eye is very easy to trick, which is good for us as creatives. Means we don't have to do too much. Technically, we could leave it like this because we could have the pen go all the way around. Should we do that? We should do that. Okay, so we've got this. Yes, we'll make it faster later. We've also got this shadow as well, which is moving a little bit too fast. So the shadow is a hidden layer. We can unlock the hidden bit. Locate shadow. It's not that one. Apparently. Is it this? It's that one, which I've locked down. And I think I'm just gonna move it. I'm just gonna move it a little bit. We could totally move it underneath the hook too. There we go. And let's see what that gives us. Yeah, there you go. Maybe we can move it a little bit further down. There we are. Also, it helps if your eyes want to be tricked. Mine do. Wait. Christy. At times when you should put a GIF in the chat. Oh, Christy. I mean, you do have your cute emojis. Just saying, you got your emojis and ting. Might make this a little bit... It's not too bad being slightly off, actually. There we go. Cool. I'm happy with that. Let's lock this hook down. And I want it to go around the back, which is technically this, but in reverse. But all I'm going to do for this is grab the position. She's lost it. I found it. I'm going to put it back in the center. And put it back to the other side. So it's kind of just does this, but there's more. There's more. There is more. Let's get, let's say, a nice way. It happens really quick. So we'll speed this up in a second. The part that it goes back, we're actually going to split the layer and stick it behind the pen head. So that way, when it looks like it's going back around, it's actually going to be behind it, so no one's going to be able to tell. That would be chaos. Maybe. Is it fun chaos? I don't think we need easy ease on this, but I'm holding Alt to bring it back. Boom, boom. Let's make sure we put the pen path back to normal as well. Great. Let's put this in place, see if it's too slow. Kind of. Smooth it in a little bit. Went out too far. Okay, cool. So at the point where it needs to go behind, which is about here, we're going to split this now. So that is, I'm holding Control and Shift. Wonder why that is. Is there a reason for that? Yes, there was. Control, Shift, and D. I was, you know what? You know how you've already automatically set it up with your body? Your body's like, yeah, I already know the position. And you're like, is that what it is? Yes, it is. Control, Shift, and D. Let's grab the pen hook too. Put it underneath the pen head this time. And now it looks like it's going back the other way. We can also cut off that shadow because the shadow is kind of betraying us here. And there's one last thing we can do. Hotkey roulette, it's true. Sam said this is fascinating to me because you can do frame by frame animation. But using After Effects, no. No. See, when we do it this way, when you're here, we make it easy. So we can all do it. Yay. Okay, so now it looks like it's jumping, but we want the cream on the top. And the cream on the top would be to change this color. That way people can tell it's behind. So if I go ahead and grab this layer, because we've made it in After Effects, we can just open the contents up, open the shape up, open the fill up, and we're going to animate the color. So we're going to stick down a stopwatch on the color, maybe put it slightly before, slightly ahead. We can move it later. And I am actually going to grab the shadow color now. And this is actually something that we're going to be using in the last stage as well. Just this, but more of it. And let's do an easy ease. See how that goes. Maybe make it a little bit more, since it's so quick, it might have to be a little bit more obvious. Boom. And then we need it to go back to normal a little bit sooner. It's definitely easier to tell on ones where it's rolling for longer. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, hold on. Let's see it from the beginning. Let's see it from the beginning. My work keyboard is longer since it has a number keyboard on it and everything. So every time I use it, I feel like my hands are, oh no, really? Okay, speaking as somebody that's got this really tiny, I've got this tiny, tiny keyboard. I don't even have the number side, like, Hi, Cora. Welcome on in. Woo! We did it! We could make the pen go away. I know we normally tend to like loop things off. I feel like you lot could do that because the other part's kind of more involved and we need all the time we can get. But we've done it! Thank you, chat, for making us do an animation we weren't expecting to do today. Pen bouncing, pen top go round, pen head go prop. Ta-da! So the first time we made it look like a can, a flat 2D can was 3D, just by moving a texture along the side. This time we've made it look 3D by moving an image to the other side with the help of a different shape of the pen tool when it hits the middle mark, and a little bit of help with the shadow and ting. But stage 3 kind of uses all of those in a row in a really cool way. We've got so many things. Oh, so many things. Number 3, mechanic. Can I get a plumber, please? Tiny hands clap. Oh no, Sam! You sound like somebody that wants to play the piano, but like has the small hands but wants to play the piano though. I feel like I'd want to do that. So now we're on stage 3. We've got all of our stuff. Yeah. The mechanic. At the main bit of my desk, keyboard centered with my screen, number pad offset, otherwise you press it. Oh, is it? Okay, so you've literally set it up so that you're in the right space no matter what. Technically, I'm on a really, my desk is a square in a diamond shape. So my desk is really small. And my keyboard is kind of pushed to the left. So I've got room for my mouse and stuff on the right. The things that I do to make this room appear like it's production-y, I tell you. So we've got this. We've got the ting. And again, no animations on it. Which means, and this is a really, really good tip for anything in general, do the easy thing first and then do the other bits. So first of all, let me move this screw down. We've got the screwdriver. This might be where I want to put it at the end, but I'm not sure. I think I might let the drill decide how high or how low the screw goes. You used to play the piano in middle school with your tiny hands? Do you have a tiny piano as well? That'd actually be very cute. Okay, so I want the drill to go down. Now it kind of feels a bit like WarioWare. Let's grab the stick. I don't know what to call it, so that's what I called it. We're going to grab the position. We're going to start here. We're going to go down, meet the screw, and then we'll go up. About yay way. We need it to go enough so we can do the animating the color tones to make it look like it's turning. Let's see. Boom. Needs to stay down for a little bit longer, which we know we can do with the graph editor, with a long line equaling slow and a short line equaling fast. We don't need the X at all. If you do separate your positions and you're not using one of them, definitely turn off that stopwatch. Make it nice and clean for yourself. Okay, so we can elongate this, make it take longer. Do I want it to... Let's see. It could last longer. I'm going to duplicate that. And we've got a bit of a funky line thing happening, which would give us a really awkward animation. Yep. We're not double tapping there. Let me move this over. Boop. Boom. And pull this over. Drag it out. See if we like it. That's too long. Shouldn't be like that. It's always finding that perfect mark, you know. And boom. Could be faster, I think. Just a little faster. Little slower. It's like a perfect... Again. Yeah. This is it. This is the one. So we've got our movement. When it goes back up, we want the drill head to look like it's turning, which we're going to do the same thing that we did with the pen. The cap bit. We're just going to slightly morph the pen tool that we had. So there's one useful bit of using the pen tool. Even if you've made the shape, let's say in Photoshop or somewhere else, you can just recreate it in After Effects. You can stick the stroke, if you're using the outline, back on it as well. Using a right click on your layer, go to layer styles and go to stroke, if that's what you need to put back on there. And then you're still able to animate and morph something without having to actually do too much work, which is very, very useful. So this is where I want it to go, but I want the screw to go up with it. So let us connect that to it. What's the best way to do this? We've got the head mask. We've got all of these different bits and bobs. We know the screwdriver is attached to this one. What I might do is duplicate all of these. Put this together, call this non-move, and we learned the other day if we hold Alt and press the right hand side bracket, it will cut off the thing for us, which is really, really cool. Let's say I keep this down here, but I then connect the one that needs to move, that's my driver, to the drill position, which is the stick. And then we're also going to have to make sure nobody sees that it's actually moving beforehand. Yeah, cool. Non-move. Do we have one that doesn't move? Non-move is totally moving with it. That's not what I asked you to do in non-move. Let me check again. Make sure that they're actually doing what I tell them to do. So that would work. That would be really good, wouldn't it? Let me open all of this. First of all, let's make sure we've actually got all of our files there. I'm going to use the isolate ability. That way I can definitely make sure I've got what I need. It seems like it goes... Oh, it goes quite far, doesn't it? Let's go all the way up to drill head. I think that will help. Gonna copy it. Control D. Gonna click and drag it up. Make sure that it is the one that I think it is. Gonna comp it again. Screw no move. That was a full-size piano. Oh, okay. All right, Sam, let's go. Right. There we go. So this one shouldn't move, and we can connect our driver to the main part and see if that works. It does. Awesome. The trickery. It begins. So technically we've got two different images, but no one will know apart from you lot because you saw me do it. We're going to hold Alt, chop off the side where it's supposed to go up. Make sure the screwdriver is actually connected to the stick. And now I can also hide this one because I don't need to see it. And it will just be in the way. Good. Now, because the other one is connected, we have to make sure that it's only seen when we need it to be seen. So more trickery. Yay. Oh, Sam, that's so cool. Oh, one of my friends just got a saxophone, and I haven't played my saxophone in years. I got one when I was 8, but like seeing and hearing people playing on their instruments makes you want to do it too. What's floor bien? Oh, I see. Nothing for me to touch. We're going to grab all of these and make sure that they're not seen just by making sure they only appear when they need to, which is about there. Perfect. Pop this back on. So now, oh, that goes up really high. That's higher than I was expecting. Okay. So the drill goes down, it comes back, and it pulls up the screw. Amazing. Hi, Ashra. Welcome on in. We've just gone through how to do a fake 3D can, a pen, and now we're going to do something a little bit more advanced that you could totally do with a pencil. Because you know it's got those different shadings on it with a screw. First things first though, let's make this drill head move in the same way we did before. We don't have to do the position at all. This one's all in the contents, all in the path. I will have the stick open though, because then I can see how long it should do it for. Let's grab the path. I hope you're having a good day today. And have you done any faux 3D things in After Effects before? Let me grab my pen tool. And we're just gonna move in a little bit. Now we can see that I've put the shadow as a separate path tool because that was gonna make it a little bit easier for me to tweak this. Boom. And then we can make it go out the other way. Let's grab the shadow and do the exact same thing. Path? Yeah, that's the one. Getting keyboard again is a plan. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, will you be, you know, like you can do it on the PC as well? Like, will you be doing that in the meantime? Okay, in the middle part, let's make sure that it kind of, oops, let's make sure that it matches. If you are using the pen tool and you've noticed that it's not really following or it's moving the whole thing, hold shift first, and then it will allow you to move your mask in the way that you were planning to, or your path rather. Okay, there we go. Ashra said I'm a complete beginner in After Effects. Well, good news. The Animation 101 series, as this is the 3rd in the season. Yeah, it is. From the very beginning in Animation 101, which is actually in the description of this video, we go from beginning of animation and beginning of After Effects in the same time with really fun, simple mini games to teach us how to use ease in, ease out, linear, until we learn more complex skills as well, which all revolve around the foundational skills that we've learned earlier. So if you're interested, thank you, Wade. Please check out the rest of the series. So we've got one bit moving in, and all we've done is pulled it in and put it back out again. But because it's going to be happening a lot, I think our brain and the eye is just going to assume that it's screwing, because we've seen a drill before. It's just going to assume it'd be doing that. So there we go. Got this. Let's grab this. Take a look. Yes. Okay. Looking good. We didn't even need to do an ease on that. Like, yes, Sam. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, do they? Not the ones I've seen. Sam, I'm gonna have to show you the ones that I found on my Discord later. Okay, cool. We've got it. The drill looks good. The drill's doing its thing. Huzzah. I'm gonna hide this bit now. Eventually, while you're working, you'll notice that you have loads and loads of layers. So I highly recommend that you use the hide, the shy feature, just to cover up some of the layers. They're still there, but you don't need them till you need to see them. You know what I mean? So we've got the stick. We can see when the animation happens. I'm just going to push P for position so I can see what I need to see, which is Y, or nope, it wants to show me all of it. I was going to press U, but it's still showing me X. So we don't want to mess with that. So we've done the main part. The part at the bottom, we're actually just going to flip the image back and forth. I think the part that's more interesting, for the sake of time, is the main part of the screw. So if we look, we've got L1. We've got mid 1. We've got semi-dark. Left, middle, right. What we're going to do is we're going to animate the color changing from one to the other. By moving it to the side and changing the color, it's going to give it the appearance of looking 3D and actually doing something. So let's see. I don't think we've got a main control for this. Let's check out the head mask. Good. So the head mask keeps them in place. Gonna make sure I can see what the masking is like. Good. So if we move that, that moves with it. All I've done is connected left, middle, and right as a mask to the head mask. And I also want to move them to the side. Now, because I'm going to animate the colors, I only want to do it once and then duplicate it and attach them on. So let's say we make a new null. Put it in the center. Yes, Sam. Space for creativity is everything. I'm going to call this top driver. I'm going to connect this one to the main head, which I don't see on here. Main head. There we go. So at least they're all together. And I'm going to connect these ones to it. So when I move them, they're actually going to disappear off the top of here. Perfect. Okay. So position first. And it's going to move. So let's move it to the left. Looks like it's doing it that way, counterclockwise. So let's move it off. We'll add more on. So it's going, it's going, it's going. Great. Could be too fast. Let's make it a little bit slower, shall we? Slower still. Even slower. To make it slower, it just means that you don't need to pull it to the side so far. Yep. Put it back a little bit. Yeah. Pull it over. Cool. Let's say that we're happy with this for the sake of time. All I would do is grab our first image, go to Fill in the Effects and Presets panel. She's looking at the time. She can see it. She's aware of it. Got like 3 minutes. We'll go to Fill. She's lost it. And there it is. That's not the fill I'm looking for. We want generate fill. There we go. We'll drag and drop it onto the light one. We'll turn it off temporarily so we can grab this color. go to the effects, keyframe the color. I'd say maybe this one would turn dark because it's going behind. So then we can keyframe the new color and then turn it back on. So now, if we ease it, it looks like it's going around. Ooh, let's see if we can do the other ones while we're here. Just gonna copy and paste it actually. For the sake of time. Turn it off so we can see what the color is. Actually, it's just that, but in reverse. Oh, welcome for the last 25 minutes. Hey. So here we go. We got this. As soon as this one changes, maybe we can have this one change. Ah. And now the same for the last one. And I'd probably say that might be all we have time for before we get the ban hammer. So we grab the color that it naturally is. Grab the color it needs to become, which is the darker color, but I think you get the gist. You get the gist. You know what I mean. We click it one more time so we can see the thing before we go. But it's cool, and I expect you lot to do that. So have fun with those and those mini games, which means we've got the conclusion. Woo! Your homework is to complete the minigame homework and use the faux 3D effects and an animation of your own. I hope you've enjoyed the animation 301, 101, 201 series. Hopefully there'll be more later. Otherwise, stick around. There's more stuff coming up. Bye.